Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Last time we studied short vowels and today we have Shadda. This sign called Shadda. When it is above a letter, it means that the letter is geminated, stressed or doubled. Also it takes short vowel signs. Let's see. This word has Shadda on the top of the second letter. The second letter is Lam. When it is connected, it appears like this. The first letter طبعا عين with فتحة and لام with شدة and ميم with فتحة. To know how to pronounce it, I wrote the word in separate letters, but we don't use separate letters as you know, but I wrote it like this to understand or to know how to pronounce it easily. The first letter عين, ع, and as we said, letter with shadda means double. Double means we have two lambs. The first one with sukun and the second with fatha. So how to pronounce it? And the last letter is mim with fatha. How to pronounce it? The letter with sukun have to be pronounced with the previous letter. You cannot start with, because there is no Arabic word you can read it with sukun at the beginning. Okay, you cannot read a word with sukun at the beginning. So this sukun, you have to pronounce it. You cannot separate this lam with sukun from ayn, because if you said a, you will not be able to pronounce lam with sukun. That's why you have to read this letter with the previous letter. So these two letters al. And as we said, when you see a sukun, letter with sukun, stop. If you see a new, you try to spell a new word, you stop on the letter with sukun. So you say al, al. So how to pronounce lam with fatha here now? Lam with fatha. When you see al, your tongue, your tip of tongue is goes up, and don't get it down before you pronounce lam with fatha. So you say al, hold it for a while. Al, la, al, la, allama. So the word is allama. Allama means to teach, but this word in the past, and it means he taught. Next, this word, it is similar because the letter with shadda has fatha, this slash on the top of shadda, and so we have two kaf. This is kaf. The first letter is dal with fatha, the, and the kaf with shadda, so we have two kafs. First one with sukun, the second with fatha, and we have ra with fatha and ha with dhamma. So it will be dak, dak, and the middle of your tongue, you feel it, it is up, goes up as you pronounce the letter K. So when you pronounce it, you say dak and stop, because I told you that when you see sukun, you stop. But how to pronounce kaf with fatha? You say you have to pronounce it before you get your tongue down. So you say dakka, dakka, dakka. The letter will appear in pronunciation when you pronounce the second one, because this is sukun. You don't feel it, but you have to hold your tongue up, and you will feel it, and it will be you can listen, you can hear yourself when you pronounce this letter. Dakka, dakkara, hu. This is ha, and by the end of this is ha when it is separate, and by the end of this video, inshallah, you will know how to write ha in many forms. Dakkarahu. And here next, the word rattil. رتب. رتب. راء with فتحة, تاء with شدة, and slash under شدة. When the slash under شدة, you have to pronounce it as كسرة. So تاء with سكون, the first تاء, and the second تاء with كسرة. رتب. And as I told you, you will feel it when you pronounce the second, because the second has حركة, has movement, has marks, have vowels. It has vowels, يعني vowels that يعني make the letter clear. رتب. رتب, it is to arrange, the meaning arrange in imperative, when you order someone to arrange something. Another one, ياء with ضمة is you. This backward E is ضمة, you. And this is حاء with فتحة, with كسرة, sorry. So you, حي. And the last letter with شدة and ضمة. It means that we have two باءs. ياء, you, حي. You cannot say you حي and stop. Stop here. Stop at the letter with سكون. يحب. يحب. Next, this you, and the dal with shadda and ضمة. So we have two dals, the first one with سكون and the second with ضمة. يعد. The same. When your tongue is up to pronounce letter dal, hold it up until you pronounce the second one with ضمة. So it will be clear. يعد. It will be clear when you pronounce the second letter. يعد. Okay. Some words. Try to spell it and read it. I wait for 2 seconds. يظن. This is with ضمة. يظن. And this. We have shadda on the top of عين. This is عين. This is عين when it is connected from both sides. صا. عين, we pronounce it as a. صا. You don't feel it. You will not feel it. صا. When you stop, صا. Because the first one has سكون, as you said, because this عين, two عينs. The first one was سكون, so when you say صا, you will not feel it. يعني it will be clear when you pronounce the second عين. So صعب. صعبة, to make things difficult. طيب. Next, مك. It is شدة and كسرة. شدة and the sign under شدة, so it is كسرة. Two كاس, the first with سكون and the second with كسرة. يمكن. Sorry, يمكن. This. عدل. Next. يمر. يمر. And here, okay, يرى. But don't say يرى and stop, because here we have two vowels. So the first واو السكون. So you're gonna say يروا. يروا. We pronounce واو as wa. So يروا. And Shadda here has kasra. There is kasra slash under Shadda. So it means the second letter, the second واو has kasra. So the first واو سكون, you pronounce it with the previous letter. So يروا. يروا. We. So when you pronounce the second واو, it will be clear. يروج. يروج. Now the forms of ha. We write ha like this. When the ha is separate, it appears like this. This word is كارهة, to hate. كارهة. So here ha, when it is separate from one, when it is the last letter, but connected to the previous letter, to a previous letter here. Okay, يعني connected from one side. We write it like this. So له. له. And here ha, when it is at the beginning of the word, in the beginning of the word, we write it like this. And this small line to connect to next letter. هذا. And here when ha is connected from both sides. لها. I hope it is useful, and see you next. Inshallah, we're gonna take tanween next time. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.